September is National Alcohol and Drug Addiction Recovery Month. Tonight, the story of a Hazard native who is sharing his personal struggle with addiction in a new book.
You might remember Jared Combs, a pharmacist who was arrested on the job twice. Later this year, he will celebrate 8 years of sobriety. Jared Combs graduated from the University of Kentucky Pharmacy School in 1996. He began working at the Hazard ARH Pharmacy and married his high school sweetheart, a ceremony he barely remembers, thanks to some Xanax pills.
I went from, using drugs to make me feel better to get through the day to I needed to have something when I got up in the morning just to function.
Combs says he would even get high at work and started making mistakes with prescriptions.
That's scary, when you're giving people things that could harm them or kill them. That's a really scary thing.
In the summer of 1997, his troubles would be made public.
An Eastern Kentucky pharmacist is arrested and charged with stealing thousands of dollars worth of prescription drugs. Good evening, everyone. A pharmacist.
We showed Combs that video from a day he doesn't really remember. He says he'd just taken a handful of pills when police picked him up.
It's kind of painful to look at that. I don't know. I am a different person.
A few days after his arrest, he talked to WYMT's Tony Turner.
Really? It's awful.
While Combs says he didn't do everything he was accused of, he agreed to a plea deal and was given 3 years probation and served 4 weekends in jail. He got another job as a pharmacist in Pikeville, but he continued to use drugs and alcohol, even while he was driving back and forth to his job from Hazard.
And I would literally crush up pills while I was driving and use them driving down the road.
Combs would eventually be arrested again at his job in Pikeville and taken to jail. And that's when he says something changed.
And I said out loud in that cell, I said, I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict, and I don't have to keep living like this.
Since that day in 2000, Combs says he's been sober. He went to 2 treatment facilities, moved to Lexington, and eventually got his pharmacy license back. He now works at the UK hospital pharmacy.
I really feel like God has a purpose for me, and I think he wasn't ready for me to die.
You can now read about Combs's lowest points and his journey to recovery in the book he was encouraged by many to write, Incomprehensible Demoralization.
I hope that the people, anybody that may be struggling with addiction or alcoholism can say, if this guy can do this, so can I.
Combs says he still struggles, but knows a sober life with his wife and 3 kids is much better than the alternative. And you can find a link on our web channel, WYMTnews.com, to where you can go to buy Jared Combs' book. The body of a Southern Kentucky soldier will come home this week.